hope you're not too busy to listen to our stories. We hope you like them all and you don't find them boring. And are you shitting me? Blah! Yeah,
all right.
We're going, dude, I'm fucking excited as fuck. We got Chad here. So real quick, hey, everybody, we're back. Are you shitting me? This would be our 4th episode of the new chapter of the show. Super fucking excited. If you guys follow us on TikTok, or we just put up our link tree information on our Facebook. So you guys go follow that. We made $6. We're basically financially stable right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go buy
$6.
$6.
We're there.
We made
We've
it.
done it. Cut.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
You're monetizing.
Put while you're up. That's what they say.
That's what they say. Right. We're done. That's all we needed. But yeah, if you guys have an opportunity, go follow us, please. By all means. We love doing this, and it helps tremendously if we have some form of incentive. But yeah, thanks. Thanks for everybody who's following. So we have, and we really fucked up. I was saying earlier on our TikTok live, we've had people. We're just learning how to do this, right, Jason? We're just kind of figuring this out for a second time. This is our second go, and the first time we were on our TikTok live, people were commenting, and we just couldn't see it because our camera was so far away. So we just wanted. So we're back. If you guys have anything, if you have any questions, or you want us to shout you out or whatever, let us know, and we will. So, Jason, how are you?
Good. We have Chad.
No. I asked you.
Yeah, I'm good. We have Chad. Chad here today as our guest.
Dude, I'm fucking so excited to have Chad back. God damn it, I'm so excited.
Yeah, this is gonna be some fun stuff we're gonna get into from what I've been hearing.
Oh yeah, man. You've been on the show before, but that was a while back. What we were talking about, CERN.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, were you guys like?
I was always always
drunk.
Yeah, it was something. I remember that night. It was something extra special. Remember?
Yeah, that things we're getting kind of wild. And you know what?
That was over on the porch.
Yeah, we were wearing our tinfoil hats.
Yeah.
Dude, what a crazy time to experiment on anything. Talking about such a heavy subject like that. I was feeling a little out of sorts.
Yeah.
And I was sober as a church mouse, and I was like, dude, this is weird. This is a weird conversation.
Yeah.
Because you guys ever feel like if you start talking about things, like you almost invite the spirit of whatever it is you're speaking about, right?
Yep.
And
well, we were telling ghost stories, really. Just aliens and conspiracies.
Right, yeah. Well, I don't know. It gets me going. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
start thinking about shit. Keeps me up at night. CERN for sure keeps me up at night. And only just because the mystery of it. Right? As we discussed in that episode way back then.
Yeah.
You know, just the fucking, how weird it is. How clandestine the whole thing is. Like how they don't really, and then you said something, I don't even know if I made the episode about people like dancing and shit. It almost looks like.
Oh yeah. When they were doing the
ritual dance.
Before turning it on or something.
Dude,
that was weird.
That's not concern anybody. Like
weird shit.
I know. Yeah, that's enough for me to be weirded out by it. And that's just one thing of many things that take place in this. And they do it like in Geneva, right? So it's like Switzerland. So it's kind of this neutral territory, so nobody can get in there and fuck with it.
Yeah, I think they have a bunch of conventions there too. I don't know.
The gym show. Have you guys ever been to the gym show in Tucson?
I've been in Tucson when they're having the show. That's all it is, you know. Like,
But you have not actually been to the gym show itself.
No.
Have you, Chad? Dude, it's phenomenal.
Sounds too massive for me.
Oh, it's fucking huge, dude. For people from all over the fucking world.
Exactly. I don't like people. So.
Well, yeah, I know, but I do, and I think people are fucking. So there was a bar. We've talked about this on the show before too, but there was a bar in Tucson called the Meat Rack. I don't know if I ever told you guys the story or not. But there's a bar. It really is the dive bar of all dive bars.
That's where you used to take Mary a lot.
Yeah, that's where we actually went on like our first date. Was this bar where they brand you with and you can get half off drinks for life. But the only drinks they serve are fucking PBRs out of a can.
Sounds like a deal, dude. I've branded for nothing before.
And and at that fucking the bar had no windows. Mind you, this is just a brick building, and the jukebox only played like 4 songs, which one of them was like that Mambo No. 5. So this will just play. The only reason I'm telling you guys this is because I want to tell you this story about these. So we were, me and all my friends at the time, we all would go there after work. You know, we're some working class guys, go to this bar. You never fucking, the first time I ever went into this bar, ever, I stepped foot in this bar, a woman was standing with no shirt on, bare-breasted, singing opera music. Well, at that, I might add. Yeah. So the place, it got my curiosity. I ended up going back there a lot. At any rate, I became a regular there. So me and my friends in the back, we'd shoot pool, and during the gym show, people would look up on the internet, where's one of the most interesting places in Tucson to drink, right? And the meat rack would show up over. So during the gym show, you would never know who was going to walk through these doors. The average, person the patron of this bar was just regular ass people from Tucson. But when the gym show was in town, it was like French people. And there was like these guys, they were from Pakistan. It was one guy by himself.
Real quick, you're talking like gyms and stones.
Oh, yeah. And they bring them from everywhere. It's not like Arizona's the only place in the world.
I thought it was a show just for people named Jim.
No, that would be fucking wild, though.
Yeah.
that's where my simple mind was at. Where's he go? Oh, yeah, Jim.
All these different gyms. But they congregate at this
Is Jimbo there?
Hey, Jimbo. So they have so this guy from Pakistan, he shows up, right? And he's, I'm friendly with everybody. So, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Pakistan. Oh, I'm from here. And we start bullshitting, right? And so you want to shoot a game of pool? And the guy was like, yeah, absolutely. And I don't know what happened. I don't know where the energy shifted. But I said, do you want to break, or do you want to, what do you want to do? And he's like, you break. Pakistan versus America. I was like, dude, what the fuck? And I was like joking. I was like fucking 4 beers deep. So I was like, yeah, all right, we can do this. Go USA. I didn't even fucking put any shot into it, right? I break. And I fucking sink like 4 solids right out with my pool stick over there.
Dude, you had that freaking talk about it.
USA. And this fucking dude was getting heated, dude. Bro, he was like, no, you 9/11, and started getting like political. I was like, whoa, hey, whoa. This is just a fucking game of pool. I fucking smoked his ass. And he's like, one more game. I was like, sure, we can do another game. Give me another PBR. The owner of the bar, he called himself God. I said, give me another. Yeah, I was like, dude, his story's fucking crazy. He was on what was that old lady from New York, the Judge Judy?
Yeah.
He was on Judge Judy because he branded somebody and that brand got infected, and I think this person lost their limb. He's a very interesting character. I don't know, he always used to wear like jean booty shorts, and he was fucking tall, and he kind of looked like Drew. If you put Drew in like fucking booty shorts, dude. So
this guy get branded and go swim in a sewer? Like,
I don't know. Fuck, I've seen so many wild things take place at this bar. I remember we were the kind of the crew, right? And this fucking guy wanted to hang out with us, and by all means, we said, yeah, man, you can hang out. He's like, what do I got to do to hang out with you guys? This. You're here, hi, what's your name? My name's Greg or what have you. He's like, I really want to be a part of the crew. Like, well, you are, we're not, and
we're all here, bud.
Yeah, we're all here. The gang's all here, right? He tells Chicho, he says, if I let that guy slap me in the stomach as hard as possible, can I hang out with you guys? I'm like, you can hang out with us anyways, but
now that it's on the table.
Yeah, I got to see this. And Chicho's unreasonably fucking strong. Like, you guys remember the bar fight?
Yeah.
He's like superhero strong.
Yeah, I've wrestled him before.
Dude, he's unreal.
Yeah.
He's unfucking real, dude. I don't know what he got into something as a child, or I don't know if he
I wouldn't even mess with him.
Dude,
He just he's got that look.
He doesn't lift weights. He just fucking.
He's naturally strong as hell.
Fucking ox.
Yeah,
so,
that's cool.
and Chicho was telling the guy, he said, I really don't want to fucking do this to you, but I will. And the guy's like, yeah, man, do it, pussy, to Chicho. I was like, oh, dude, you probably shouldn't have said that. Yeah, you're pushing it. And so this guy, Chicho's like, I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. And this guy pulls up his shirt, is a pale white guy, and Chicho fucking slaps him in the stomach. So it sounds like a small explosion. And the guy immediately, he gets folded right on the floor, and we get kicked out of the bar. God comes out like, everybody get out. I don't do violence. So we left, but when this guy got up, he was very gingerly picking up his shirt to look at the aftermath. It was a fucking bloody handprint on this guy's fucking gut, dude. It slapped a fart right at him and was like, boop, and fucking just took one to the fucking bread basket.
Yeah.
But so that's the kind of shit that happens there, right? And so back to this guy from Pakistan. He wasn't letting it go, so he played another game of pool, and again I smoked him. Right? I was in the zone.
Yeah.
You know, one more beer I'd have started fucking up, but I was just in that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, once you get there.
The beer zone when you're playing cornhole or whatever. So I was there.
As long as you don't start taking shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got to find that sweet spot and ride it all the way home till closing time, right?
Yeah.
Or at least till you beat the game, impress somebody with the game of pool. And I beat him again. And of course, at this point, I'm riding him. USA, USA, and this guy's I'm getting in his mind. I'm Conor McGregoring him, right? So he can't fucking shoot pool because I'm stressing him out. He's, I'll be right back. And then he goes back to his hotel and he comes back with more Pakis, like these, I don't know if I can say Pakistanis. They comes back with all these guys, and one of them's like a broad-shouldered dude. I don't know if he's like bringing him to like try to intimidate me, but I don't know. I had my own hard hitter, the American version. So I was like, whatever, we're not going to fight. It's a game of fucking pool. But the big guy wants to play me. I beat him. Then he says, all right, let's take it outside. And I thought we were going to fight. He says, to the ping pong table on the porch. I was like, oh yeah, we could do that too. And I don't know what, I just mustered up my inner Forrest Gump and fucking smoked this dude. Bop, 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 USA. It was like a fever pitch, right? The fever broke. It was like a big fight, and they had to break up the whole fucking thing. And
you were supporting Team USA? Did you had to kick some ass?
I did not assign that to myself though. Somebody else did, and once they did, I fucking took it very serious.
The inner patriot within you.
Within me, dude. I was Mel Gibson in The Patriot, dude. I was not fucking taking this line down. I don't even know why I told that story. No, how do we get into that story? So anyway, Chad's here. Chad's here. We got it. We were talking about the gym show for some reason.
Oh, yeah. Gym show.
But that's not even in town right now, so I don't even know how the fuck that got brought up. So Chad, tell us about yourself, buddy. Tell the listeners. Reintroduce yourself for the one.
So Jason explained it last time. It was like a furious, dude. We covered a bunch of conspiracy, and it was a fun. And I was like, dude, I didn't say much. And Jason's like, it's like fight, man. You gotta get a jab in when you can. And I don't throw too much, man. I love to listen. And but as far as like getting into myself, man, yeah, it's good to be like. I just can't wait to get into this. I said we jump right into this.
Yeah. So for our listeners, Chad, where are you from?
I'm from here, man.
Where are you born? You born here?
Yep. Born in Safford, man.
Mount Graham Hospital.
Yep, Mount Graham. Raised the first couple of years in Thatcher, and then came over to Safford.
What got you in? And this is what I remember most about you in my youth, is what got you into breakdancing?
Dude, yeah, that was a very strange one. It was like something struck me like lightning, dude. When I first, not when I first saw it, but whenever I saw it this one time, like, dude, I just wanted to be able to do the things that some of these guys were doing. Just seemed like they're defying the physics. I was like, damn. And even now, the evolution of breakdancing, dude, these guys are doing some of the best athletes in the world. Like,
right. You're not a big fan of the laser gun from Australia with doing the kangaroo hops representing Team Australia there. They brought breakdancing in for one fucking go, and that lady fucking destroyed it for everybody.
My goodness.
Yeah. So we're not talking about that.
That was embarrassing.
And the thing about it is, Chad, is like I hope I don't sound too ignorant, but on a first appearance, well, first of all, you're wearing a pearl snap shirt and he's like working class guy, but like you sleep and breathe hip hop music and like real hip hop, like New York, East Coast. Yeah. Like how did you get into this? And the breakdancing you speak of, I'm not talking the robot. I'm talking like real gymnastic style. Yeah. Flares and Where did this come from? How did you get into this? What brought that? I don't know. How'd you get into this more or less?
Dude, it seemed like, sports were fun growing up. I remember old baseball and all that. And I was never real too competitive. Some, like soccer, I got super competitive. But, man, with breakdancing, it was like, it was one-on-one competitive. It wasn't team versus team. It was like, so, I mean, it was just like.
So you're talking about in battles?
In battles, yeah, man. Yeah. The whole battle aspect.
So it was all self-taught. You had no dancing classes of any kind?
Just
no ballet that you don't.
Actually, dude. No. So I had a bunch of sisters, man, and I was in some shit that I'm not too. Yeah. I was a little bit into some of that. Dude, there's a lot of good-looking women, dude.
Dude, and went ballet. Oh, just in dancing in
Dude,
general.
I'm talking. I did. So I did a little bit of ballet in there.
No
right away.
shit.
It was like, dude,
Whoa.
what the hell? Yeah. Just because I had a twin sister.
Yeah, Lana.
Yeah,
she's the one that did our bear for our logo. So I hand drew the logo, and then Lana is the one who transferred it to like a digital what we have now.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
very good with like graphic and design, and
Right.
she's even gone to school for it. She's real creative. She's doing some real good work.
Yeah, you too. You're very artistic, man. You're super artistic. All of your artwork growing up is super impressive.
Dude, likewise. Yeah, yours, seen yours. I think it was fun to kind of bounce when you can do that, like bounce stuff off each other.
Sure.
I remember seeing some real good.
And then what got you into like video editing? Because that was a thing too. Like when we were kids, we were skating or whatever shenanigans we'd get into. You would remember for you and Smith had like a little series like Nando and Todd or something. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we got it. It was inspired from Night at the Roxbury.
Oh, right.
Old Will Ferrell, like kind of that kind of stupid two brothers, and yeah, we're naturally kind of just
And the jokes
silly,
themselves they weren't like groundbreaking. But what I was super impressed with was like how you're working with just an old camera with like old film, and you were making these like quality edits, like long before TikTok or long before Vine, even, or social media for that matter.
Long before.
Yeah, long. How did you learn how to edit? Even because remember you started putting music into our skate videos. And I was like, how did you learn how to do this? And then like the breakdancing, and remember we would go through our little troublemaking phase. We're like breaking shit for no reason, blowing shit up, dude.
Yeah, some of
For
those
no
videos-
reason. First of all, you don't need a reason to blow shit up.
No, you really don't. It's there to be blown up.
Right.
Things are there to be blown. Right. The Lord provides.
Yeah.
What got you and I'll slow down a little bit because I'm super excited.
no,
to have
yeah,
it. And just I'll slow down here for a second. I am
Gotta rub
excited.
his tummy.
Chill out. So what got you and Smith into the explosion aspect of blowing things up in middle school? Like that seemed to be a thing for a second.
man.
And not at middle school.
No, we weren't blowing things. Well, hell, I don't know.
Smith went through this pyro phase whenever he was like carrying around a lighter, lighting shit on fire in the alleys, dude, and seeing how long he could let it burn, and dude, it would get
It just
wild.
spiraled, huh?
Yeah, Smith definitely had. He brought the freaking pyro. techniques
aspect.
to
I'm a
top
pyro
drive.
Dude, I am
I
too. I'm not as
Yeah.
bad as I was when I was a kid.
Rachel ate too, and I set the grass on fire, dude, when it's dead. She's like, ah!
Look out!
It's like,
The
I know
goats.
what I'm doing. I've burnt down shit before.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, I burned down tree
Just
forks.
that one time, I
Yeah.
burned down my dad's yard.
And I fucking gotta hear about it for the rest of my fucking life. But yeah, I think it's just genetics that most males inherently are pyromaniacs.
Primal.
Dude, it is primal. There's got to be something behind that, right? Just
Right, yeah, it's-
and how they say. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like if you sit and watch a fire, it almost feels like a reset, right?
It's hypnotic. There's something about it. It's tranquil. It's fucking chaotic. It's something.
Unpredictable.
Yeah,
It's
unpredictable.
beautiful.
Yeah, you just can't explain.
No, man. Like a fucking solid camping trip with solid friends that you can trust in front of a fire. And sometimes, of course, you bring the wife and the kids, and that's its own thing. But I'm talking about like a real homey camping trip where you just sit and stare at a fire, where sometimes conversation isn't even needed. You just sit there and watch the fire.
There is nothing better, dude.
Nothing.
I know you, me, and Ty with that
Dude,
last time we were up there.
That was a
We're
good
just-
time, dude.
The coals. We got down to the coals, and the coals were captivating.
yeah.
Man. Like,
Hey, and that actually didn't make the last go. Do you want to talk about what you've seen up on the mountain? Because that never aired.
oh, that never aired.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
It was a wild time, dude.
So yeah, we were up there, and it was close to a full moon, but it wasn't a full moon scheduled for that day. But it was so bright. But it was about 1:00 in the morning. I don't know if I've even told you this.
It was wild.
But it was about 1:00 in the morning. Me and Ty were awake. He was hearing us off and on, but his eyes were closed.
I had enough White Claws in me to where I was just about to doze off, and I was nibbling.
So yeah,
Right.
we were
Yeah.
all partaking of something, and and so the weird thing too is the natives, they were having
Oh yeah,
a camp
Yeah.
right down the way from us, but that's when they do the run like
Like a
for
tribal-
a week,
yeah.
up and down that mountain.
super cool.
Yeah.
But that night, yeah, like all of a sudden the moon just like through the trees, it was getting brighter and brighter and close. It looked like it was coming straight at us. And you could look and you could see it was so bright. Like it looked like a spotlight coming straight at us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I've got a few pictures that I had Ty take of me in front of the moon, dude, and you could just see like the blonde in my hair just glowing.
Yeah. Oh, it looked like almost like a halo.
Dude, it was insane. And then about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes went by, and we're just so amazed at this, and it just looked like it's getting closer. And then we turned around, and that bright light wasn't there anymore. There was a moon over here, just above where it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you could see like a little bit of cloud in the moon, but it wasn't bright.
Real quick, Jasmine Fowler, what's up? She says, hey, Levi, we saw a UFO at the river last time we were there.
UFOs.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, what's up, Henniger? Love you, bud. Love you too, Jasmine. But yeah, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, so we looked up and the moon was, it was not what I was seeing.
Right.
There's no way. Because I could see the full outline of the moon. It looked a little shaded, but it never got to that brightness. And that we were seeing coming through the trees at just a little different of an angle, because the way the moon goes down, I mean, it was up above where that was coming from, so it wasn't there. It was supposed to be there yet.
What's up, Cedric?
So yeah, it was quite interesting. I felt like I was going to get my
Abducted.
chance.
Yeah, dude.
To go aboard.
So from my perspective, I thought you guys were just fucking off. To be honest, because
Yeah.
I was in a sleeping bag in a chair next to the fire, and these two I would doze off, and when I'd come to, they were becoming more and more excited, but they're like 100 yards away. I was only listening to this. I see nothing. And like, Levi, you got to see this. And when I got out from underneath the blanket and I looked at them, they looked like they were under a spot, like they were like it was like a Broadway musical or something. It was. I thought they were going to get abducted.
It was the brightest
Holy shit.
thing I've ever. Yeah.
Wow.
And
Are we saying UAPs or what's the
I don't know, UFO, UAPs. I'm not sure, but I'm not even saying that's what
unexplainable shit.
stuff.
Yes, it's
But,
definitely unexplainable. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's on that same trip though. Whenever we had come back. And everybody had gone to sleep. You slept in your van. Ty slept in a hammock way up. You know, it was probably like 20 foot away from me. I stayed by the fire, and I'd fallen back. It was a weird. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a weird feeling in the camp itself.
Right.
I actually went. I went back to bed, and I woke up and it was dark. And I looked at my phone or my watch, and it was probably about 4 a.m. So the sun was about to come up, but it didn't. And I heard something in the trees. And I woke up Ty because I didn't want to hear this by myself. Because there's nothing worse than hearing something by yourself. Because then you can't. It's an independent moment, right?
Right, you're all alone.
Exactly.
If you're the only one.
Yeah.
That's
Now it's just my story. But if I wake you up for it, now it's our story, right? So like, I woke up and like Ty. Granted, you know, I woke him up and he got fucking scared immediately because because it sounded like a monkey was way up perched in the tree. It was screaming. It was like what you'd hear at the zoo. And I woke up Ty, said, can you fucking hear this? And he said, what the fuck is that? And he got so scared, he got out of his hammock and came up to the fire. You could, because those trees are brittle, right? So branches were breaking, and whatever it was moving from treetop to treetop until it eventually just disappeared.
this is Mount Graham?
Mount Graham.
Wow.
Was it last summer?
Yeah, it was up there, Hospital Flats.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it was last summer.
Yeah.
Spring or summer.
I can't remember either. We were recording. We were trying to do it again. We were trying to get the show going, but it just didn't work out. But we went up there to record an episode, but we ended up having this wild experience all on its own.
You guys both saw that? You and Ty both saw that?
We heard it. We didn't. We heard whatever it was in the trees. We actually didn't see. It sounded like a monkey.
Right.
And I don't know because I've never heard a monkey in Mount Graham. So I'm just assuming that's what a monkey in Mount Graham would sound like.
Right.
And it fucking took off. Now, what I did see Jason and Ty under that light, I did see that. That was tremendously. That was an experience all on its own.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it was amazing. And I think
That sounds cool.
And here's the thing, like we were talking about earlier, right? We were sitting on the campfire and we're talking like this. So I feel like we were inviting whatever And I'm not saying
Yeah.
them or aliens or what have you,
Right.
but we're inviting the universe. We're opening those doors. Like, expose
Yeah.
yourself to us because we're asking for it. I kind of think that's what happened.
And I like in that light. I exposed myself completely, dude, and I was like, "Yes, it's gonna happen."
Oh yeah, you're gonna get abducted. Yeah, you're gonna get
Right,
abducted.
right.
I was scared. I thought truly that if you begin to levitate into the air, limp noodle, I would have been like, well, that's probably the next step, right? That's where we were
What's
in
a
the
guy
process.
got to do to get probed around here? God,
What's a guy got to do to get abducted? And
I want to get that probe.
trying to get that probe, baby.
get that outer space probe.
And in the moment, I don't think you would even care if you're getting probed by aliens.
I feel like
yeah, this is once in a lifetime.
best time of my life.
Majority of people are like scared shitless, man. Like, and Jason just
No, I tell you, spread eagle. Fuck it.
We can do it down here. If you're not
Get down on
comfortable.
all fours, dude. I don't give a fuck.
I want to get with an alien.
You do, I did so. Yeah, right. I mean, I don't think that I would truly fight it off too much. Mostly just because of the.
I think they've done enough of it. They're probably
pros,
pretty
dude.
gentle. And,
they're not virgins to the situation.
Yeah.
Right. They know what they're doing. Yeah, throw on some Marvin Gaye.
It's my first time.
Some intergalactic wine. You know what I mean? Netflix and chill. I don't know. It just seemed like they would know what they were doing.
Right.
Now it would suck to get the alien who's doing this for the first time.
Right. The trainee.
Double
Yeah.
pennies on accident. You know what I mean?
There are some stories circulating that are in line with what you guys.
Yeah.
This whole interbreeding. Yeah, man. I've heard some.
Oh, people. Yeah, I've heard about people breeding down in South America of aliens that were people that were fucking aliens, and then like giving birth. Like there was like hybrids.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I read this in some. Because we have so much information thrown at us all day
Yeah.
long, right?
Yeah,
But that was
so
one of
much.
those things.
Yeah, it's almost overwhelming sometimes. You
Yeah,
gotta
absolutely.
like you gotta.
Well, and
you gotta
if
figure
you
out what
and
you're
if
gonna
you look at
chase.
something, and you're like, I don't know about that. And a lot, we were talking about this last time. There's a lot of information out here on the internet, on TikTok, on
It just
every
goes and
platform, and most of it's coming from people like us. You don't know.
Yeah, nobody's confirming any of this.
You don't know what's true, but I tell you what, y'all got Google and shit. You can look it up for yourself.
What's
if you
up,
don't-
Brandy? Thanks for the
don't
like.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Open source, man. Yeah, seek information. Seek from different sources, not just one or two or three. Like,
what's up, Phoenix?
You can't just be fed all this bullshit. You
No.
got to get in there and digest the.
And then you got to have to kind of have your own, draw whatever truth you can from it, right?
Yeah,
Like, because there's people out there that are just boasting and they're just bringing up a lot of shit to try and get views and likes. And like, for me, I'm a truth seeker. Like, I don't care. Like Travis Walton, we're going to get into
Yeah.
him later, but like, that's my guy because he's never backed down. He's never he's not made a dime off this shit.
Right.
And he's just like, that's what happened. And I don't give a fuck what you think. But real quick, before we go any further with our mountain experience, Chad, I did have something I wanted to ask. So these are questions I had drummed up for you. I just wanted to ask. I wanted to hear more about your friend Art. Can you talk about Art?
yeah, I can. And I didn't mean to avoid, man, the last whole video editing. I was gonna throw a name out there, old Brendan, remember video editing, Brendan? Like,
Brendan from high school.
yeah, man. He
Ferber?
Yeah, dude, I can't remember. Dang, but he was getting into the old video editing, man.
Yeah?
And so, as far as Art, dude, going down, I think I have permission to mention his name.
And
man.
if you don't if you don't feel comfortable, I'm just so curious because you
Yeah.
talk about him so often, and like his philosophies that I get secondhand from you sound so fucking interesting.
Oh, this guy is a character, man.
And you met him at church?
At church, yeah, he goes to like 4 or 5 different churches, and I don't think he still continues to go to the LDS church just because of like during testimony he'd get up there and dude
Yeah.
his stories, bro, like
yeah, tell me more. Do tell me.
oh my goodness, dude, I dig him.
No, I
like
do too.
the
Yeah,
essential
right. Yeah,
types.
those are my people.
Yeah, those are my people
And
too.
you don't got
man,
to go
and-
verbatim for what he said, but he was not at all ashamed about what he was saying in testimony.
Oh, not at all. He had one of the most beautiful stories. Like to me, I was like, "Wow, I want
What's
that.
up,
I
Mark
want
Dawes?
that kind of experience." Yeah,
Yeah.
he said he was in like Chicago or something, driving down the road, and a black kid like was just running, and he had this special connection where it was like this.
And he told you this.
Yeah, he told the whole ward this.
Oh my god, the whole ward.
Yeah, and
Holy shit.
Yeah,
So
when you get up there, your testimony, man, it's in front of the
and
whole
he told
ward.
the whole ward that
He gets detailed. So he said, yeah, an angel's light came down and like connected him and this little black kid, and he felt the kid's love. It was beautiful. I thought it was
Wow.
amazing. And this angels, he felt his love, and time stopped, and he even did the sound effects. He's like,
Yeah.
and then it sounded like this, and he did that in the mic, and all the old ladies were like
scared,
like,
a little startled.
Yeah, and dude, he's got.
So let me ask you.
Storyteller,
So he's like, hey, this is my testimony. And then while he was giving it, we were like, I need to talk to that guy. So you went and introduced yourself, or how did you come across this guy?
Hearing some of the stuff, and like I said, I'm just naturally drawn to the eccentrics for some reason.
Yeah,
just
I think,
the
yeah,
odd,
for
the
sure.
odd guys, like
The truth tellers.
yeah, the ones that aren't afraid to be different.
Because even if it's the truth to them.
yeah,
Certainly.
I mean, his truth, Art's truth was wild, and I loved it, man.
Yeah,
but
it
it was,
sounds like-
dude, it was out
Can
there.
I ask how old he is?
Dude, I think he was 69. He's got to
69.
be pushing, early 70s, and still lively as hell, eats healthy.
Where's he from?
Dude, he's from Germany, somewhere over there in like
Jesus.
Austria or Germany.
He's not American born.
Not American born, dude. He's trying to find him a European, like a Ukrainian. He talks all the time about how we're lazy, and this dude lives off of like a small amount, dude. He's lives off grid, about 30 acres of land. Just a character over there in Cochise County, man. He's got some land,
I
and
love Cochise.
dude, it's beautiful. He's got a little network of it's real like it's real conservative area.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
and a lot of Christian people, and he goes to different like Bible groups, and he just
Good for him.
dude, he can freaking blend in with any.
Sure, it's simple.
Yeah, he's-
And you don't need much. You don't.
We really,
as
we've
humans,
talked about,
we really don't need much.
So
Yeah,
Art sounds like he's his own man.
he's his own man. He's got a beautiful soul, man. But he is.
Is he married?
Out there. He's been married several times. He also used to be a millionaire, man. And
Whoa.
like I said, I think he's. I mean, I've invited him.
You don't got to get in deep into this if you don't. I
Yeah.
just my question was,
Does he have treasure buried on his land? That's what
Yes,
we
he
all want to
does.
know.
Yeah, he's got.
Who doesn't? Yeah. Used to be a millionaire until he spent it all on silver and buried it.
Patrice, what's up? But yeah, that's that dude. You've talked about him before, and then like I called you one time. You're like, yeah, we were just got done swimming at the gym. So I'm like, this is his homie. Then this is like somebody he hangs out with. You guys go to like the thrift store together and chill.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll go thrift store, dude. Like,
And but you still don't know, like you can't remember where you first met him.
I don't know how that. I think in church something like he wasn't getting a joke, and I was like, hey, trying to tell him the joke in this talk. I mean, some of that humor is just like,
Goes over his head.
yeah, but for him, he's like, yeah, I just started talking to him, and I knew I kind of like was real drawn to him.
Yeah.
And I mean, unfortunately, he was kind of told several times, like, hey, you can't go up. You got to keep it. I mean, this is a Christian church. Dude. You can't be sharing UFO experiences.
Oh, you share UFO experiences,
Oh, bro.
dude, during testimony.
Oh, dude, he would get in, and you'd have like, oh man.
I would
It was-
vote for this guy if he was running for
The
president.
bishop's
Yeah.
right there rolling his eyes probably the whole time he's telling it. It's
Oh
like,
yeah, but he found a church, man. Like I said, he goes to several, and dude, he tells me stories about the different. Dude, Art's the guy I can call and talk to anything about, and he'll throw some wild shit at me and open doors I never knew existed.
Yeah,
man,
and
so.
the thing about those kind of friends is like you feel a sense of comfort because
Yeah.
there's no judgment.
Oh, not
no
at
matter
all.
what you bring to him, he's going
Right.
to bring something fucking wilder back. You know,
Right.
and you feel, at least I've got the people I know that I feel are kind of off and don't fit into society. They're my favorite people because
Yeah.
you feel very confident in the discussion. At least I do. That's how
Oh
I.
yeah, that's a good way to explain it.
Yeah, we're in our own safe harbor of nonsense right now.
yeah, man.
What's
You
up,
nailed it
Dana?
on the head.
Yeah, for sure. That's how I feel. Anyways, but and then you were telling me at one point. So that's Art. Shout out. What's up, Art? I've never.
Art, Renner, what's up,
I
brother?
never got a chance to meet you. I hope someday I get a chance to chop it up. But then you're telling me a story about some guy you ran into at Bud's, like almost like the character from Saturday Night Live, the man that lives down by the river,
Oh yeah.
Chris Farley, in
Yeah,
a van
Chris.
down by the river. So you
Yeah.
met some guy that lives at Bud's Wash. How do you meet these people?
Bro, it was kind of weird. I was actually like really praying, like seeking answers.
Sure.
And, I was at a low, dude. I think I might have been like freaking letting some anguish out or something. Kind of had lost the old job at the time.
What's
and
up, Paisley?
was just kind of had the open schedule, and I was going out there and like connecting, praying, meditating, and dude showed up like weird out of nowhere.
He showed up, or did you walk up on him, or did he show up?
I was praying, dude. I was kind of letting it out, like just.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, for sure.
Yeah, trying to get close to old big guns, like as close as I can get. Just really trying to get humble and down in the dirt, like kind of letting some, like I said, just kind of letting it out.
Yeah.
And some like.
Was it daytime, middle of the day?
Middle of the day.
Okay.
It was like winter, kind of chilly, and dude showed up, and I sensed him. I was like, wait, what? And then
He walked
Did
up
he
on
drive
you.
up or
Yeah.
walk up?
He walked up, dude. He was
While you're
he was-
praying.
Dude, he was getting ready to walk from his trailer, parked right outside of Bud's Wash, which is kind of on the outskirts of town, just right up
Oh,
the
yeah,
road.
yeah. Right.
He was about to walk up the Mount Graham, like he was taking his walk out there. I was like, dude, do you know how far that is? And I like brought out the phone and did like the old like
Yeah,
just
the
to
old Google Earth.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
dude,
a
you're-
hike.
that's
Dude, that is
that's
a
hike.
hoof, for
Dude
sure.
was barefoot. He had a
Barefoot.
freaking tank top, like just yeah, he was and he
Going
has-
for it.
Yeah, man.
What was that guy's name? Do you remember?
He would never tell me his name, man, but he went by dude.
Go ahead. We're in safe harbor here. What? Nothing?
It was John Nobody, and
John Nobody.
I watched an old western. It was like John Nobody,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Did you get it from that?" He never told me his name, and I think honestly, this dude, he would go and he'd stay in the state parks, man. Just a weird character, an amazing artist.
Yeah, I
But,
was going to ask you about that too, but I wanted to know more about.
Yeah, man. He had some stories as far as the money, and I think he was running from the law. And he did some shady shit.
Most
probably.
likely, yeah.
With a name like that,
John Nobody.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
You're not applying for a fucking
John
home loan with
Nobody
John-
up to no good.
Yeah,
Right.
and he might have even been a little on the dark side. He had some twisted,
Sure.
yeah, some shit that he talked about how he was like equivalent to God and like
Whoa.
some of his healings and things that he could do, and it was interesting. Like
Real
I said,
Sith Lord, huh?
yeah, he was.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, he had a dark vibe, man. He was a good-hearted
Well,
dude, and like
And there's a lot of people that say that, God is within us, is,
Right.
So, I mean,
that was his thing.
So-
man.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean-
not that far. Yeah.
Yeah,
Depending on
yeah.
your
Yeah, I don't
principle.
try to
Yeah.
judge, man, and I didn't pry. I was trying to like, hey, man, let's. I've got a friend, Levi. He does these podcasts. I was wanting to kind of get him in here,
Yeah.
because he had some.
My only reservation to that was he fucking creeped me out. And I never met him. My instinct was telling me that maybe something wasn't.
Yeah, you
And I don't know him. I'm not
you're
saying.
right,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
right.
not saying
And
that
he probably wouldn't want to be on a podcast if he's
if he's Johnny Nobody.
probably Johnny
what I mean?
Nobody.
Dude, so
Tonight's guest is Johnny Nobody.
these guys I'm working with now, man, I kind of told them this, and for some reason my filter to like danger is off a lot. I fucking
You walk right into it.
You're out there
Yeah.
praying, and Johnny Nobody comes up and presents himself. Like that's how religions start, man.
Yeah, he might have wanted to kill me. Is where I.
Oh,
think-
maybe.
Yeah, he would go and he'd stay in these national parks for months, and like there's a lot of people disappearing.
Yeah,
in the
a lot
park.
of
I don't
people.
like that. That's
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah, he like I said, he had this dark vibe. He was real anti-Christian, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, he believed that he had the equivalent of everything that Jesus like.
Almost like the guy that we were up over that Lindsay brought over.
Oh, I never met him. Yeah, that guy.
You never met him?
No,
I swear.
real briefly. He was at the farm.
Yeah.
and he was telling somebody that he was God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this
That-
guy
that-
had. It felt a little bit like sociopathic, psychopathic.
Yeah.
Like
So, but
very
did you
justified.
meet this guy that Jason's talking about now? Have you?
Yeah, you did. This guy liked him too, man.
Of course he
Wait,
did.
what are we talking? Who would
Down by the river at my place. Lindsay brought him. Like he was living
Joe,
out.
bro.
Yeah, Joe, bro.
Joe.
What's his name?
Joe God.
Oh, you're just saying Joe, bro.
Joe God.
Yeah. Joe, bro. Okay.
Joe, bro. We can call him that.
Joe, we call him Joe, bro. I didn't meet him. I met him real briefly, but for some reason, when he left, everybody was weirded out. You guys were telling me stuff that he was just like, "I'm God," or well, I don't know. What was he
Yeah,
saying?
he was saying some
Wild
off
shit,
the
huh?
wall shit, dude.
I think it's
And
beautiful.
whatever. I mean, to claim that you're God.
Is a fucking statement.
No.
Yeah,
It
that,
is.
No.
That opens a door where you're allowed to do things. That's what I took out.
You
of
can
this guy
justify some horrible shit.
You
if
can
you're
justify some
calling
horrible
yourself
shit,
that.
and I felt.
But you're opposing this idea.
Well, no, I'm just saying being godly and being God are two,
Yeah, but that's not what he said. He said, "I'm not being godly."
Right. He was straight up saying he was God.
In the Bible, it says to be as Christ-like as possible.
Right.
I'm not Christ. You know what I mean? That's a bold statement for me. And I don't care. I'm not even just about religion. I'm Allah. I'm any of it. Like, dude, you're weirding me out. because you're immortal. You're immortal just like me. And if
Yeah.
you think that you're not, it's, we're in a weird spot right now because clearly
Humans can do some amazing things.
but not
do
walk on water
But
or-
do not, for Christ's sake,
Hargis, love you too, buddy.
you're not God.
It's a weird, it's a bold statement to make. But I wanted to ask you about Mr. Nobody's artwork. How did you find his artwork? Did he show you? Did he take you into his van? Did things get?
You went in his van?
I went in his van. Yeah, dude. He told me story after story. People coming in, he was real friendly, bro. Like people were drawn to him.
Sure.
And
Richard Ramirez, people drawn to him too. You heard?
Right.
Yeah. Anyhow, sorry.
No, I get you. And that's what people have said. Like, dude, he's probably one of the dudes in these national parks where people are disappearing. Very well could be. Like I said, I wish my filter for like danger and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I used to have it and I would used to sense it, but it's gone. It's like some of the some dangerous people.
Hey, real quick, can I say? So Jesse is asking, "Is this Chad?" Yeah, Jesse, this is Chad from Chad Windbreaker. So anyhow,
Hello.
Jesse Garland, if you all remember him from the old skate scene. Yeah.
Hey.
What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
So walk me through. What kind of artwork did he have? What was this that he?
He said that he was in competitions in Japan where he won lots of money. He was really good because time and like focus can develop your skill. And he would have this big drawing board. He'd take these pictures and he'd do one little section at a time.
Oh,
and do it
yeah,
perfectly,
okay.
And then go over and his absolute 100% focus. And
So he was a psychopath.
maybe.
Well,
I mean,
a lot of artistic people are.
they're borderline insane.
Yeah, you got to be, right? To be that fucking good at anything. I don't mean to steal the conversation from you at all, but when you think about like Mozart's, dude, they say great inspiration comes from everywhere, right? So like artists are constantly borrowing from other artists. You hear about like Led Zeppelin borrowing from like the blues players of the South and so on and so forth. But it had to start somewhere, right? So Mozart was literally, he was the original,
The birth
of chord progression, right? And like you got to be
Right.
out of your fucking mind to be able to hear that, and not only hear it, but then play it. My father told me a story that Beethoven, he was so good that he would compose music on his piano with his left hand, and with his right hand and his quill, he would write music
writing as he's
he was
playing.
playing it.
Wow.
Yeah, we're never going to see another
So
one.
like, so it was pretty much like he was composing a new, like
summoning
as he was creating it, he was writing
from
it.
the hand of God, from one hand, from
That
this
is
side,
just-
and it is So like,
Wow.
and you remember? I don't know if you guys have read stories or heard anything about Mozart, but he was a bit of a weirdo, and like, and because you almost have to be. Now I don't know the full story if there's the truth behind this. I was in a church service one time in Houston, Texas. And the church service, the pastor was telling a story about Mozart. And I don't know if it's true. But I thought it was really neat that the song "Moonlight Sonata," right, by Beethoven, a real pretty song. Have you heard the song?
No, I'm a Bach man.
Oh, you're a Bachman. But the story is that because we're, like I said earlier, like music is influenced. It's influenced by something, right? He wrote this song because he was walking. He's from Austria, so. Somewhere in Austria, wherever he lived, he's walking through the streets of Austria. Now, this is back then, so there's no electricity. He said it was the moon was out and it was very bright and it was lighting up, much like we were talking about earlier, right? It was lighting up this area, and he said that the story is he's walking through this alley and he hears two kids playing piano. There's enough moonlight coming through this window that it's lighting up these keys, and these kids are probably up past their bedtime, just kind of piddling away at the notes, right? And he walked up, and he's just kind of admiring this ability of these kids. They can see this he asks one of them, he said, what you children should be asleep. Why aren't you asleep? And he said, I'm here trying to explain to my brother who is blind what the moonlight looks tonight through these keys. Wow. And he went home and he wrote Moonlight Sonata. That's the story. Fucking beautiful. Also, Toby Keith. We just lost him, right?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Toby. We lost Toby Keith, I think, last year to cancer.
I seen.
Oh.
I seen.
You seen him live?
Okay.
Yeah, in Colorado.
As long as we didn't lose him to China or
No.
something.
We know where he's at. Where his remains are. Did you know the song "I Should Have Been a Cowboy"? Yeah. He wrote that song when he died. All these stories start coming out, right? Because that's what happens. People pass, and then all these stories come out. I was listening to somebody talk about him, and they said that he was on a hunting trip, and they were hunting, and they were somewhere in Arkansas, and they went after they were done hunting. They went into this cowboy bar, and there's all these cowboys in there. They're the only ones that weren't dressed like cowboys. They were dressed like hunters. Well, his friend was with him, and his friend's drunk. He's trying to dance with this girl, and this girl tells him, I'm not going to dance with you. I only dance with cowboys. And he sat back down at the table where everybody was sitting, including Toby Keith. He said, man, I should have been a cowboy. And Toby Keith said he got up at that moment, ran to his hotel room. He wrote that song in 5 fucking minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I love stories like that. But anyway.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Sorry, we're going back from geniuses to the art that you were talking about. Art, or not arts. This would be
John
Mr. Nobody's.
Yeah. This guy. Wow.
He was good, huh?
He had a vibe. Dude, he talked about, he had these downloads that came into his head at a young age, and since that time he's been like out in society, and this is just the story he gave me, man.
Sure, right. You don't know.
Yeah, who knows, man. There was a few that were like talking about the mafia's trying to kill him, his family married into the mafia, and that sounded like, what the hell?
So it just blows my mind that you meet so many of these people. Like, how do you meet so many? And these are probably two you're telling us about. Lord only knows how many people you've met that you just forgot about or don't talk about or whatever. Like what? How do you meet? Is it just you're just drawn to this?
I'm drawn to them. Like I said, I'm kind of an outcast. Like kind of weird myself. I have some things, have a little bit of that artistic quirk or whatever you'd call it, where I try like, man, if I could do artists. Like just art full time.
Oh, dude, yeah, right.
Field, like something like this.
All day.
All day, every day, just express like creativity. I mean, but sometimes a guy's got to do what a guy's got to do.
Right.
Working.
Art's not marketable for some reason.
He's not at all.
Well, no, I'm saying like being artistically.
Well, there's
very
ways and
few that get to make money off of their art.
Right.
Right.
And there's ways to channel your artistic.
But those that can.
Deserve it.
Because first of all, it's a passion, right? And if you find that passion that you're able to do for a living, I mean,
by all means,
it doesn't matter how much really you're making. You're the richest person in the world,
right?
Man.
Right. No,
yep,
go to work. Yeah. If this was our job, like for a moment, if this was our job, to get to talk and make people laugh and maybe potentially think, through these little hour and a half episodes, and we were making enough to where I could pay my mortgage and. Have a few extra bucks. Yeah, I'm the richest person's ever lived.
Right.
Nobody's bossing me.
The American dream, yeah.
The American dream, baby.
It's still very much alive, and I think for those who truly pursue it, like you
got to be brave enough to go after it.
Right.
I just quit my job, just so we can get into that if you want.
Yeah, man, that's.
And you know what? Like, I'm not going to drag the company I came from through mud at all. I'm not going to do that. But would I have handled it differently? Most likely.
Hey, real quick, a lot of people have a falling out with like a company, and it's I love hearing.
And it's like there wasn't like a big blow up, wasn't a blowout. Well, fuck this and fuck you. I realized that. Maybe I just realized that I wasn't being valued in the way that I felt like I should be. And you can't, the moment you start trying to convince somebody you should be valued, you've already lost the war. If they're not seeing it, you can't convince them that, especially if they're paying your bills. Right. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how that works.
Yeah. They're doing you a favor.
By all means. Yeah. In a lot of ways they are, truth be told, because they are paying you. And I'm okay with that. I am. But it did get to a point where it was just like, this is not working for anybody. And I took my guitar into work and I played a song and
yeah,
dude. That's it. That's some gangster awesome, shit right there, dude. Like,
I was told how much they didn't care for it, so I played another one. I played Drunk Sex, and then I was told to leave.
Now we say they didn't care for it.
Well, yeah, the powers that be didn't care for it. Everybody else really, they thought it was pretty neat. And that's how I wanted these employees to remember me. You know what I mean? And I thought it was the most peaceful exit one could make. And for this company, if they're listening or anybody hears this, like I'm a little wounded, but I'm not bitter.
Next time you do that, put like a GoPro on.
Somebody recorded it.
I'll give you Rachel's guitar, and you could smash it when you're done, and that'd be cool.
That would be fucking pretty punk rock.
Yeah.
So, sometimes for the creative types and those that love the arts and all that, it's nice to step out of the grind, man. When you're doing it for years and years, you
kind of feel like you're. For me, I felt like I was just kind of. I don't know if I'm meant to be clocking in and out like that. And I probably will, eventually, because that's life. I'm okay with that concept. But maybe for now, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it.
I don't know if you get any better at doing the show.
Right. Yeah. If I just put some fucking effort into this, we might be going somewhere. But I will tell you, there's something very liberating about fucking giving it up. Just fuck it.
Cut your losses and going on to the
everybody
next,
wins,
battle.
right? You guys don't want me here anymore. I don't want to be here. Fuck this. Everybody wins. And that's exactly how I felt. Walked away. Dude, there was something liberating about taking my work truck bag and be like, all right, thank you for everything. But
yeah, you called me, and the first thing that came out of my mouth, but it was like, if you would have saw my face was like,
holy shit.
No, like almost the way you told me, and I was like,
it's liberating, man.
I was like, the first thing out of my mouth was,
yeah, thank you.
What are you gonna do now? And I didn't mean to say it like, what are you gonna do now?
Holy shit! No, you gotta be fucking panicking.
I'm like, so you quit, so obviously you got a game plan, is what I was getting to, but
and truth is, I didn't.
Right.
and I think I think that the universe favors that.
Right.
I do believe that. I do believe that you're not going to get anything fucking done if you're putting all of your energy into somebody else's dream.
Right.
And maybe it's time. It was time for me. It's time for me to pursue this. We do okay with a show of two guys that started. We go fuck. We have no idea. We are not the type to know any of the shit like electronics, and we don't know.
Now we're making $6 an hour.
Yeah. No, I mean, so kind of. Right, yeah. Below minimum wage, but but we're doing all right. But yeah, so I would encourage anybody ever, whether you guys both here or anybody that's willing to listen to the show, if you're good at something and you have the opportunity, fucking go for it.
Right.
The universe truly does favor those that are brave enough to fucking do it.
I think so, man.
You look at anybody who does this for themselves, make their own artwork, right? Pay their own bills with their artwork. They had to at some point fucking leave it behind. And it's terrifying. I'm not going to paint this picture that I have no anxieties about this at all, because it's not the fucking case. Like, yeah, I'm a human. I'm American. I'm here. I live under these pretenses of just this fucking constant, the Joe Rogan alpha male grind until you die type mentality, which I fucking hate. I really do hate it.
Yeah. Once you get there, I think that's it. Like, just once you make it, get you a place.
Right.
Get out of the mundane.
Right.
The everyday hustle and bustle of the town, city that you're in, and get
and see things. Good Lord, get out there. If
the world is so freaking beautiful. I mean,
it's unreal.
From the deserts to the sea, like
it's so many in between.
It's all got its own majestic.
And each region has its own people that are influenced by the land, by natural. Yeah, you got like ranchers and ropers and fuck. You get into the city, you got like these urban guys that have learned the system of the city, graffiti artists, and I've met so many fucking people from all walks of life, and I love every fucking I have not one regret of any of it, man. I've met some really neat people.
You know what I hate between not living in like England versus here? Like, I would love to live there, but only for a couple reasons. The history. It goes back thousands and thousands of years of raids and pillaging and burying loot, there's loot buried everywhere. From Vikings just on the go.
Right.
Can't pack all this, so they bury it.
Hide it in this tree
People
stump.
are finding this shit all the time.
Why can't I find it?
It's because we live in America,
dude,
and
there's not as much history.
And there's a lot more land.
Yeah.
The history here in America, I think about this stuff all the time. What was it like 100 years ago, 200 years ago? What's the real history? How far back?
Oh, dude, right.
And I think there's some things that run deep with the history.
Sure.
And just right there where I live, just right there, the history of
like Rattlesnake and Guthrie.
Okay, goes back almost 200 years. You know, like it sprung up as a little stagecoach stop. And
that's like the European involvement. Now, when you go back even further,
I'm talking native.
Yeah, it wasn't like it before we showed up that there wasn't any.
And they say you go back far enough, and the Grand Canyon, pretty much Egypt.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Oh well, because of the land. Yeah, they've said that there's like proof in the geology that there's parts of the Grand Canyon that are from Egypt.
Yeah, you got Bible scholars. Okay,
yeah.
So you got religious scholars, you got scientists, you got all the knowledge that they know about the Grand Canyon and like the shit they've found in caves and
Right.
but you know, we don't know where that shit is. We're not allowed to go to the Grand Canyon. That alone tells you
There's something
there.
Yeah, when any
we're not ready.
When
to
any
see,
government tells
obviously.
you can't go into there or
Yeah.
go read that or go see, you know, like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something there.
So
Yeah, that's where they just get people wanting to focus in on that and learn more about it. I
Right.
mean,
Oh yeah, they'll draw people to it.
Yeah, this whole awakening about what's really happening, and it's incredible, man. What's really out there?
You know, we talked about AI last time. I'd be down for AI taking over if we had no more lies.
Right. You're right. No more. Just let us know what are we really doing all this for.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I wanted to
Fine,
ask both of
honestly,
you guys
yeah.
this question because I asked it before on the show when it never aired, and I think it was Ty and it wasn't you. But have you guys ever seen cell phones in your dreams?
I
I actually just had a dream a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and it's weird because it involved my son, and the day before that. So I've been praying a lot more lately. So
Yeah, good for you. Good for
I've
you.
been
Yeah.
getting, so I took a nap. It was at work. So what? But
Yeah.
but anyway, my mind was heavy with my son. He had an issue with his spouse. Anyway, so in my dream, my son comes to me and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I can't open my eyes this whole dream, but I could see everything that's around. It's weird. So it's like I'm third person.
Okay, I was gonna ask,
watching-
like from up
yes.
top. Okay.
So I'm like watching this transaction of myself and my son, and he really didn't say anything, but he brought out a phone and it was on a cord. It wasn't a cell phone.
Whoa.
It was an old style,
Right.
corded phone. And I said, okay, a phone's a problem. Okay. And it ended up being his phone, something on his phone was a problem
In his marriage.
So yeah, I did. It wasn't a cell phone.
Right. But
I saw, but a phone, yeah.
it showed
So I
itself in your
didn't see
dream.
a cell phone in my dream. No, I've tried to think about it.
Yeah, I've tried. Have you, Chad? You ever seen?
No, I don't recall any ever having.
How is it that
And we
live
use them all the time.
constantly?
Right.
Yeah, I'm not. It weirds me out. Now, I've had dreams where I've had my phone and I can't get it to open up, or I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't use it. So
Can't
it's
use
pretty
it.
much just a brick.
Worthless fucking.
Right.
Yeah. You've never had this. You never.
Dude, I'm going to pay attention more to
to your dreams and see,
yeah.
I encourage both of you. And when you come back, tell me. And you come back on the show, you can just remember. Have you ever had a dream? Which, if you really want to fucking get into that, it weirds me out. Remember The Matrix? The Matrix talked a lot about phones, and that's how people got in and out of the Matrix was through phones. In that first film, the first one, which is the best one, obviously.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But
Definitely
that's how. And I always go back to that when I think about this.
If the first wasn't the best, they wouldn't have made a sequel.
Why do they make so many sequels to that fucking movie? And it
I don't know, but
didn't seem.
It's what was selling.
Yeah, it was right.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that changed all. I remember when we watched that, man. Like that had an incredible impact on people's lives. The
Oh,
whole
dude, it
what
was.
it stood for and all that.
There was so much symbology behind this, and then whenever like
And we were young when
Young,
it came
dude.
out.
Right.
We were what? Preteen
Right.
when that came out. So you're talking all our Gen X older brothers and sisters and stuff that, like it impacted them.
99.
oh right,
Really?
for sure. 99 is when it came out.
99. I
99,
believe,
yeah, that sounds about right.
Did
I've
it?
seen it with
So
Clint
we were
Birchfield.
Preteens. I was a father.
You're paying taxes. But I'm
Making social security numbers and shit.
Yeah, no shit, man. Yeah, I mean, reseeding the fucking the earth.
Yeah.
But I remember leaving that movie for the first time, thinking to myself, I see everything differently.
Yeah.
And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of maybe like back in we'll say the 60s, somebody reading the book 1984 for the first time.
Oh, I bet.
Like, oh, whoa, what the fuck did I just read? Like then, oh, whoa, what the fuck did I just watch? Right? There's like these little trails that they leave, breadcrumb trails for us to just kind of get enough, right? 1984 is a phenomenal book, fucking mind-bending. And so was The Matrix. They're all kind of saying the same thing. Like, hey, you guys are all being fucked.
Yeah. And we are.
We are.
And if
Anybody who thinks that we're not.
yeah, and I think a lot of people they get it. We are, but they're just, what are you going to do about it? This is what we all say. What are we going to do about it? What are you going to do? Like,
Yeah, no, and it's a good question because what are you going to do? What can you do to revolt against something that's engineered specifically to
all
keep
you could do is really just try to unfuck yourself
all day?
all day.
Unfuck yourself.
Yeah.
And do your best to
Do
make
your
sure-
best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Yeah, you gotta enjoy the ride, man. Join the journey. It goes fast.
It does. It's like, dude, you guys remember how quickly you felt? Can you like being 4 or 5?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Could you imagine just how much time our generation
Right.
has wasted on our cell phones, on
social media,
computers.
and we were the first to be introduced to it, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
we were like, "Whoa, the capabilities are fucking limitless." All of a sudden, we're like reaching out to ex-girlfriends,
Yeah.
like, and we shouldn't be.
Right.
Like we were the first, like
Right.
we didn't know. We
didn't know that shit was on file.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know
I would
everybody.
have never done that.
Everybody could see that I just added so and so. Like we were like the fucking hamsters.
by it, yeah.
we
Trial.
didn't. And I mean, all of us. And then we were like, holy shit, my friend from so and so I haven't seen since. Dude, you were looking up friends you hadn't seen since fucking second grade. You remember their
Right.
names? Let's fucking punch them in here. And sure enough, there they are with their Facebook profile or MySpace at that time.
MySpace,
giving the old
yep.
finger.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I haven't seen so and so, and you add them, and you realize like, and then we all kind of, and it was a fever pitch, right? Initially,
I think MySpace was better.
all day long.
Yeah, dude.
MySpace is light years ahead of Facebook,
Yeah.
and we were all coding on accident.
You could have your freaking theme
Yeah.
music, dude.
Yeah, coding
Yeah.
all day long. What was your profile song? Do you remember the one?
Dude, I remember going through a few sometimes. Like,
Does one jump out more than any though?
I remember Smith had a Every Rose has its
Oh,
song.
Guns N' Roses.
I do remember that. I
That's a good jam, dude. That's a really good
do. See,
jam.
I can't
remember I
remember
wanted
if
to
me
do
and
it,
Rachel
yeah.
shared a profile back then.
You did. When I first met you, or when we first made that
On
reconnection
MySpace?
on MySpace, your profile picture, I was so impressed with it. It wasn't a picture; it was an animation of 2 ants fucking.
Oh,
Do you remember that by any
Catchy.
chance?
maybe.
Dude, I was like, how the fuck did he do this?
Simple yet catchy.
I don't know. That was back in the swinger days, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, life was crazy. But yeah, but but right, to go back to like how much time have we wasted, dude? Like, and how much time, like, I hope our children they see through this,
Right.
And they kind of like,
You got to break free. You got to unplug, and you got to get out and experience life.
how much better do you feel when you're away from your phone for a day?
I tend to do this about at least once a week. I try to and just stay off my phone.
Right.
And it does, like, I get more shit done. I get outside. I get the sun on you.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Get outside. You can't live your life on your phone. You can waste time on it for sure, but there's no life on a phone.
We
Right.
were just shut off for
Yeah.
some reason. Yeah, I don't know why.
Because
We didn't do anything. But anyway,
been talking against the system, bro.
dude. Maybe
Yeah, that probably got us.
that's so strange. You guys keep on talking for a second. I'm just gonna see
Yeah.
what we have going on here.
Cool, man.
Yeah, maybe his phone died.
Maybe. I don't know what
But anyhow,
I bet 1984.
so no phone, no cell phones in dreams. But I did see a corded phone. So there are phones in dreams, just not cell phones.
I wonder what. So I'm gonna go back. So anyhow, we're back live, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, good.
Huh. Maybe you timed out.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Not.
So there's your phone back, Jason. I know we're good. But yeah, I really hope that we can unfuck ourselves with social media. Honestly, I wish there's some
Yeah.
way we could kind of undo this for everybody and just get back to the basics. You know what I mean? Like how simple it is. Like whenever I'm traveling, when I'm traveling anywhere and I'm on a plane, I'm in an airport, I'm not on social media at all. I feel so much better.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I don't care.
Right.
Phones have made traveling a lot better though. At
Yeah.
least with families, or if you're doing a long flight, at least you could download shit and
Right,
listen
yeah.
to it.
If you can balance technology in a good way, man, which I never do, I always like overuse. But
Right.
whenever I could pull away completely, golly,
It
dude.
feels phenomenal.
Well,
doesn't it?
you think about Elon, okay?
Yeah.
Now, he's always too busy innovating and he's really not on
Any social media.
his.
Yeah, right.
You
It's
know
like
what I
the
mean?
smartest, most successful people in the world aren't even on this
Right.
thing. They're not even on the internet.
I've heard of billionaires not letting their kids have cell phones and
That would be the
stuff
smart
to
thing, man.
Yeah.
and well,
For
of
good
course they send them to different schools too that teach them different things than we're taught as
Right.
well. So I mean, yeah,
gotta
it's just a mind-numbing device.
It is, man.
It takes your beautiful like consciousness and just takes it in the system of, and some of the networks is
It tells you how to feel.
yeah.
It tells you
Oh,
what
yeah.
what you're supposed to
Oh,
do.
it'll manipulate your emotions too.
All day.
And
Yeah.
the big thing right now, golly, and we are all caught up in it. This whole tribal like division.
Tribalisms.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
left versus right, whatever team. Like, dude,
The those
we are one, dude, and dudes,
everybody's
and-
going with like the Epstein files. People going crazy, and I don't care.
I don't know where I heard this, but social platforms are getting better at feeding you. Like if you're married,
Yeah.
it'll feed you something and your spouse something else.
Oh, and cause a
And
division.
I
it'll
bet.
cause division in the family and a lot of divorces
Oh, how many divorces do you think have been caused by
from
social media?
social media.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
like it's got to be.
Staggering number.
And who's to say if some of those situations were stupid or not, or
Well, yeah, the
or-
weakness was there.
right? But for it to be putting the temptation out there, and
No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. And because why? And I've done it. I've done it before. My day's starting out just fine. Right, I'm good. I'm happy. I've eaten breakfast. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna go to the gym, and I'll get on social media for just a second, and there'll be something on there. It'll affect me a certain way.
Yeah.
I'll see like a video about somebody died here, or I shouldn't have seen that this
Right.
time of day. I shouldn't have, because now I'll be spending the next hour trying to undo what I just read. Right. And I felt like, but at the same time, this is how we work in this field with social media. It helps promote our podcast. So like, it's a strange place to be in, a lot of energy being pulled in different ways.
Right.
But that's, yeah. Go ahead. What do you want to say? I want to hear what
Well,
you
no, I was just gonna say it's just like a weapon. Okay, it
Right.
could be used for good. It could be used for evil, man. Like,
Right. No. Yeah. I've learned a lot on TikTok. I've learned a lot of things on TikTok. I learned how to a different strumming pattern on my guitar, or like looking at my C10, like getting underneath the hood. Like, oh, okay, somebody else has done it. Almost like YouTube. But YouTube for me, this is the difference between YouTube and TikTok, in my opinion, is if you look up anything on YouTube, like, oh, so what do I need for this in my C10? On YouTube, I'm gonna get some like long drawn out story about why the guy has a C10 in the first place, right? And you got to buffer. You got to fucking get through at least
Yeah.
30 minutes of nonsense.
Give me a 3-minute video on what's wrong with my CD.
Right. Or how do I play this song? Or how do I make a certain beef stew? Dude, I don't, I mean, I do. It's not like I don't care. Look, you're a person. I get it. But I've come here for beef stew. I don't know anything. I don't know your grandma. So what she taught you and how to make this means almost nothing to me.
Yeah.
Because this is
Make the damn stew.
and show me how. Because me and you aren't having a two-way conversation. This is a one-way conversation. I'm not interacting with you. And so for me, it's pointless. So I get on TikTok and they're like, all right, this is how I do it. They cut things up. They edit things like very quickly. And you watch and you're like, oh, boom.
It's all about the short form, dude.
Yep, that's how you make the beef stew.
And it's mainly because, especially for us Americans, we all have shorter attention spans.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's getting
dude,
worse
like,
too, especially
yeah.
with shorts, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And
it's
that's-
good and bad. Like
yeah,
I see what
it's
you're
both.
saying.
Yeah,
Getting
it-
right to the point.
Right. And okay, but I wanted to ask you. A subject I definitely wanted to get into tonight was Travis Walton. I don't feel like we ever really got into that in the show. And I mean, what do you know about Chet? What do you know about Travis Walton? What do you know about his story? Do you know a lot about it?
Dude, my interest sparked way back in high school watching the movie Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the
Just
Sky.
Drawn to that, dude. We're Arizonans, man. So like,
19
AZ, brother. Like when it's local.
Oh yeah,
Dude, that was.
that's my sky.
Yeah.
Right. This is my home. That's 1993. That film came out.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy? You want to know something wild though? So 1993, as that film came out, it was filmed the incident took place in 1975.
Right.
Yeah. So get this: and Travis Walton was 22, right, during the abduction. We were talking earlier about the gentleman Rafael Pacheco Perez, the
Yeah.
Mexican pilot.
Yeah.
That happened in 1976, and he was 23 years old. So there's parallels there. I'm not saying
Right.
they're the same thing, but there seems to be a pattern of sort, especially in that time frame.
Close in years, close in
Clo-
age. I
close
didn't
in
make
age.
that connection.
Yeah, man. I was looking at it. Because we were talking about it earlier, and I thought, man, it's wild. What are the chances?
Right.
There might be nothing there at all, but it's worth mentioning, I thought, for the show. But Travis Walton's story to me is the fact, because you know what I keep on going back to is if you look at the fact that there were 7 of them on the mountain, right? 6 of them witnessed it. 6, aside from Travis Walton, who experienced it. 6 testimonies passing all these, the lie detector tests, right? That's what if you have 6 witnesses to a murder, that's enough to lock somebody up, right? We could put that on someone's life. Why can't we take it for what it is? Why is it even a debate still whether it happened or it didn't?
I don't know if I've met someone here that doesn't believe it here in Arizona, but I haven't talked to a lot of skeptics. My crowd is like
They are
the dudes-
believers.
Yeah, they're believers, man.
Where are
But-
you at this, Jason? Are you a believer?
Yeah, you get that many people.
Yeah.
They either got away with a crime or they all saw the same thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and to have the way I saw the special on it and everything, their stories were undeniably fact.
Right.
You know, like
Yep.
and it was not just one interview; it was several interviews over the years, and their stories never changed.
Those polygraph tests, and the guys that did the polygraph test for those were out of Los Angeles County, right? So it came from LA. At the time, what I've read is at the time that those 2 polygraph testers, they were the best in the world. And they were absolutely 100% convinced they were going to come here and expose these fucking country boys,
Yeah.
and accidentally became believers themselves when they realized like they're all, one of them had an inconclusive test, but he was the newest
He
to the
was
crew.
that shady.
He was a shady guy.
Yeah,
You seen the movie then?
yeah.
You watch him? Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy, but he said, admittedly, he's like, it's inconclusive because I'm very uncomfortable with all this. I don't know. I mean, I've been in fucking town in
Right.
Heber for, a week. So this, all of a sudden I'm on the news.
Yeah.
People are getting
Yeah.
zapped up into
Don't
space.
know
in front-
exactly what I
What I
can't
just seen?
explain it,
but he ended up
like,
passing anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up passing the test anyhow, which to me is, what more evidence do we need? Travis Walton is now what? How old is he now? He's so. I'm not saying old, but I've watched him videos recently, and he's
got to be in the 70s.
got to be. Well, he was 22 when it happened. So
Yeah.
in 1975, he was 22.
50
Damn,
years
that was
ago.
50 years ago, huh?
50 years ago, he was abducted. And at this age, he is still not backing down an inch from any of it. And he's like he said in other interviews, I've not received any money for this. The in so many ways, the Fire in the Sky was a flop.
Yeah, my takeaway from it, dude. So it was Hollywoodized, dude. It was not. I mean, he even says over and over, and later he goes on to explain, dude, like that he felt like there was it was a good thing. It wasn't what the movie that we watched and
They were trying to
believed
save
for
his
so long.
life.
Yeah,
That's what he was saying.
yeah, they saved him.
It was an accident. They didn't take him by. They didn't do that on purpose. They accidentally abducted him, and in doing that, he sustained a lot of injuries getting abducted. From what he said, and then they were just trying to help him, dude. And then there's so many whenever I've heard the story told from other people, but when I listen to Travis Walton tell a story, it never changes. There was 2 quote unquote aliens in the room with him. They had him on a table. They were trying to give him oxygen. He was resisting. They couldn't make the communication. They brought in a humanoid looking species to try and talk to him, which calmed him down a little bit. Like this, all these, it never changes, right?
Right.
How do you keep a story that airtight for that long if there's not some truth to it? I just don't understand why they're skeptics. Why are there people out there that are still combating this for some reason? Like, do you think about it? If we're saying what we're saying, the most documented, the most confirmed case of an alien abduction happened right here in Arizona.
Yeah, man.
Isn't that wild?
That is, man. The home
It's
city.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then they made a movie. But this guy's gone on. Well, I was just listening. I looked. His most recent public appearance was in He was on 91.5 KJIZ, Phoenix, Arizona. That's the name of this radio station. KJIZ. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
I was reading your notes. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I've
Jizz.
seen that. Like,
It
what the
must mean something else.
I went back and read it a couple times. Like, there's no way I'm going to talk about this on my show, but yet here I am. Yeah, 91.5 KJIZ, smooth jazz. He was this is legitimate. This is true. Yeah, so I don't know if they meant to do that or what happened, but they had him on there, and he's in his older age. He's getting a little irritated.
I bet, dude.
Yeah, like how many times I got to tell you guys? Like what,
All these fuckheads like asking him the same shit, dude.
trying to at a different angle.
Yeah.
Where can we trip him up? Why?
Uh,
Why? Let him live his life and let him. If you don't believe it, then don't. But what I think happens is if you admit that what Travis has said is true,
There you go. Yeah.
then your structure's off, even if it's by a fraction. And then what? What else does that mean?
you mean we're not the center of the galaxy?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, my political party's not the center of the galaxy.
There's a lot of scared skeptics, man, because when you have to take that step to believer, like, and you really believe, it's
a terrifying transfer. I would,
Yeah.
of like a faith alone, right?
Yeah, faith. Yep, everything. Your whole world is just
Upside
pulled out.
down?
Yeah.
But why? Like, I don't get why people feel that they have. You're not forfeiting any of your. I don't feel like my spirituality and my quote my Christian beliefs aren't. They're not being tested by this. You know what I mean? I still there's room. There's enough room in this universe for all of this to be true.
I just think fear is behind it, maybe, man. But behind a lot, some people are more like structured. Like we're the type, we're kind of.
Well, and then when you're coming with the naysayers, who's pushing these guys? You know,
Right.
who's pushing the naysaying?
Right.
You know, all it takes is a spark from an unknown source to bring out the extreme.
Doubt.
And that's all they need.
A seed of doubt.
And so who plants this seed? People that don't want you to know about it, man.
But why?
Like,
there's always those the bad players,
Dude,
man.
right.
The villains.
goes back to government cover-ups, man.
Yeah, I mean that's where.
If we've had UFOs in Roswell for the last
however long
60
it's been, right?
plus years, then yeah, they still wanted to keep that a wrap.
But I feel like they rub it in our faces sometimes because, like,
Yeah.
we got Will Smith, like, fucking punching aliens that are in a broken spaceship, his crashed spaceship. And, he's, like, cussing at, like, motherfucker, boom, punches in. And I'm like, dude, I'm a kid watching this. And, like, I feel like, so this is supposed to be a secret base, but yet here we are making, this
Right.
big production of a movie about it. It's like they're joking, they're laughing in our faces.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is to throw people off the scent.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just entertainment.
Right, it's just Will Smith flying a
Yeah.
fucking alien with what's that Mark Goldberg or what is that guy's name? Goldblum, Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah. Dude.
Yeah, but that's how they ended up. That's how they infiltrate the mothership. Is they Jeff Goldblum
And what's his name?
Old,
The other pilot from he's on Vegas Vacation.
Yeah,
and,
I know exactly.
Quaid?
Dennis Quaid. Is it Quaid? And it's not Dennis Quaid.
It's one of the Quaids,
It's one of the Quaids, right?
No.
What-
So are we talking?
yeah,
He's a Quaid?
yeah,
I think so,
he is a
yeah.
Quaid. I don't know what Quaid he is, but
he's the older brother. Like,
Like a Quaalude.
Quaalude. But remember, whenever he's the last pilot, he's going to kamikaze himself into the spaceship, right? And he's like, "For my generation to yours,
Yeah.
up
yours." Yeah.
Boom, and it blows that spaceship up, dude. You know what bums me the most about fucking Independence Day is whenever the president of the United States gives this fucking like life-changing goosebumps as a child, right? We will not go in silence into the night. We're going to unify as a nation. And dude, I'm just like, as a kid, like breaking sticks over my knee, like, "Wah!" And it wasn't real. Like, God damn it. I wish that speech has got to be saved somewhere in some archive. Whoever wrote that, they were like, they nailed it, dude. I thought that was a phenomenal speech. Even if it was fake, I got pretty pumped. And the whole world comes together. So this isn't a patriotic thing for America. This is, as a world, we're fighting off aliens. I thought that was pretty damn cool. But
I think, man, yeah, this is a deep rabbit hole, dude.
yeah,
Like,
it's fine. Yeah, that's what we do. We're rabbit holers.
Yeah, man, the whole Operation Mockingbird, like how we're kind of programmed is like, this is kind of what I've heard and kind of really believe, man, is that I think there's some malevolent, like, aliens. I think for the most part, there's some good ones, man.
Yeah.
I really do. Dang.
Well, there's people who believe that there's multiple, there's different kinds, right? They're the grays, and there's different, and they all have different intentions, apparently.
Yeah.
And they kind of balance each other out. But that's what Raphael, what was his name? Raphael Pacheco Perez. Those aliens, they used this. Have you heard the story? Did you read that story of the guy? There was he was a young pilot.
Dude.
Yeah, so he was a young pilot out of Mexico City. This was his last flight as a fucking aviation student. All he had to do was go up in the air, bank a few times, show him he could do it, and then land again. And that's he was by staying in radio communication with the tower. This is 1975, so this is a while back. Goes up in the air, and they lose him immediately. Like he's gone. Like he's supposed to. He's become lost, and they're trying to communicate through radio communication. Well, he comes back over to the tower, and he tells them, or he says, "This isn't Raphael. He is simply being used as a vessel. His body is now a microphone for aliens, for us." They don't ever say aliens. And you guys are the only race that are still using war to get what you need. There are other species like you that are out there where we refuse to play ball with you guys in so many words. Now, this is not verbatim, because you guys are so violent. Yeah, dude.
Man.
And then he comes to this Raphael kid, right? Whoa, what the hell? And then he's like, what the fuck? And then he lands, and he has to go back and listen. This is what you said over the radio transmission. He doesn't remember any of it. He was like possessed in so many ways, right?
Yeah.
And there were some things as far as like fuelage and distance and where.
Yeah, I've seen stories of that where he actually was.
Dude, Randy Quaid
showed it covered. So
Randy
much.
Quaid's watching us.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah, dude, I swear to God. What the hell? What's up, Randy? We were just saying your name. Did we summon Randy Quaid? Dude, that is the craziest thing What's up, Randy? Was it you? But anyhow, sorry, I did not mean to. But what were you saying? But yeah, you've read that then. You've read that.
Yeah, well, I was watching the documentary. Now that you're bringing that up, yeah, that because they had them on radar,
right?
And they're showed them like way off
where
track.
it was supposed to be, right?
And
he came back.
Yeah,
they said his voice changed pitch. And they also had mentioned, well, there's the recording of it, man. You can look it
the
up.
recording's fucking creepy.
Oh man,
he sounds very stoic.
Yep.
Very, very monotoned.
Yeah,
and that's not who he was. And so when you listen to, but I'm not Spanish speaking. I don't know if either. Well, you are to some capacity, right?
I've heard you sing Spanish.
If I've had enough tequila, dude, I will sing in Spanish, and I'll have some conversation.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
But I don't have I'm not trying to decipher alien languages through Spanish, right?
Okay.
Right.
But you're saying like the tone was off, right? That's what they said.
They said it changed like certain decibels, and they also and also within. What he was saying being used as a mic, a warning to humanity. There's going to be a different species that'll have to step in, right, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Step in, and that we're on a path.
They're going to
destruction.
They're talking about stepping in. This is back in '75, right?
Yeah.
So that's terrifying.
So have they stepped in?
But what's their time to our time?
You know what I mean?
You're running.
Would we know?
Right.
Have they stepped in?
Right.
Is this part of this? I don't know. Yeah. Right.
Changed hands and
we're none the wiser.
We're none the wiser.
Yeah. Hopefully they do, man. Because there's some psychopaths out here.
Dude, remember the A13 comet that was coming towards Earth recently? I don't know if you guys ever caught up on that, but
there's always comments.
Dude, I was like, is it? They were like, oh, we can see lights in there. There's like they
were saying that it was going to be our second moon for a while.
Is this the B1 Atlas? Or
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. That's the one.
Am I saying it right?
No, I thought it was A, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
A, B, what?
Yeah, we all know that it's a elongated.
It's a comet,
rock, whatever they call it. However they, it was being projected by they said there was it had a stream. It was a mode of pushing, a combustion system of. They were saying at the very least. I don't know who's confirmed this or not, but there was a part of me that I was like, oh please. just come.
Just
Yeah.
get it over with.
Yeah, man.
And maybe not like, oh, come and fucking vaporize us, but come and give us we're lost as a society, man. We're lost. I don't care who you are as a society. And I'm not even talking about America. I'm talking about in general. I say, it feels a little, does it feel a little lost? Do we feel a little lost, you guys?
Dude, I would say if I could make a request to this Atlas or whatever's coming, our alien species, if I can make a request for humanity, come and kill the friggin' psychopaths and sociopaths. But in that same breath, man, we all like are balancing this darkness and this light,
Right.
with the flesh,
It's our
with the
responsibility,
spirit.
right?
So I mean, I got some I got some demons within me. Like sometimes I'm like, damn, dude,
Maybe I'm part of the problem.
yeah.
But you know what? The thing is, though, is you're conscious enough about it to speak about it right now. You can change it, so you're not part of the problem.
I
The
hope
fact
not,
that you
man.
no, you're not at all. You're a great fucking guy.
Thank you, man.
But you know, it's the ones that don't see,
I concur.
yeah,
Pretty good guy.
the ones that the sociopaths that can hurt people and go to sleep that night. Those are the ones. You know, those guys creep me out.
Yeah, man.
They really hurt some or rob somebody or, you know, like anybody who's involved in like the healthcare industry. You know, I'm not saying like nurses or I'm talking about like the guys that are out there pushing prescriptions or whatever, like that are getting away with.
That and insurance companies.
Insurance company is what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Right.
I think there's villains everywhere out there, man, like in every field. And I think they gravitate more towards, we all know where they go.
Right. Yeah. I mean, spiritually speaking.
I mean, where they all like
What,
end up is Washington, dude.
Or, yeah.
Politicians, dude, psychopaths and sociopaths.
I avoid politicians if
dude.
I can to any capacity. And because I don't, it's not my field, right?
Well,
I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
everybody that's there's always wanted power, obviously. I mean, like I said, I've thought about running for office just as a joke, but I'd probably get elected.
On accident. Yeah. No,
And-
seriously.
But I mean,
Then what?
yeah, then what? Then I got to go and deal with all those meatballs. I would be miserable, dude. Like,
I've thought about it too, running for city council or whatever, and I'm like, but then what? They're gonna go look up old photos of me like ripping my pants off and jumping in the lake.
oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
there's
a lot of them.
During my election, I would show all these things. I would come out with all the,
this is what it is.
yeah. Here's all my dirt.
This is who I was.
If you could show me all your dirt, then
By all means.
Yeah.
And I feel like if a politician were to come out and say that, like, and I don't care what party they were in, like, look, I had a drinking problem, and I did get a DUI, and I did sleep with a prostitute, and I did steal a lot of money, but I really turned things around, and I'm trying really hard because I come from that past. I'm trying to make things right. Dude, what kind of campaign would that be? You talk, talk about gaining trust, but they all pretend like they're all
saints.
yeah.
They're all
I went to
saints.
church my whole life and I served a mission and I was in the Marines or whatever. It's like, just because you're in the military, first of all, that doesn't mean you're fucking.
Yeah.
Right.
I know plenty of those guys.
Yeah,
Some of the craziest guys I've ever met in my life.
I've done some crazy shit with them.
Right. I don't know. If a politician came out and was just to, be honest, I think we go along with it.
Yeah, I think honesty will actually set us all free.
Right.
you can feel it, man, and that's what we're hungry for, like truth, man.
Truth,
and
right.
Someone that's authentic, and all those fake fuckers. Sorry, can I cut?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
okay.
Yeah. The show's called Are You Shitting Me?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's I'm sure, and we were talking about the whole sending the message to the aliens, and you were covering some good topics till I went off on some.
No,
politics,
You're
dude,
a guest, man. This is your night,
Oh,
Jason. I forgive me because I will, dude. I have no idea how to not talk. I am truly.
Yeah,
sorry.
I've been learning how to interrupt him.
You have to,
yeah.
dude. I don't know. I really don't know. Like if I knew, this would be a very different show. I don't know. I don't know how to.
We're gonna get a psychiatrist on the show next to
really
to evaluate Levi here.
Why the fuck do I start talking and can I not stop? And dude, and I'm
the gap, dude.
and I'm on volume 4 right now, dude. Like if you guys were just to be like, all right, the floor is yours indefinitely, we're gonna kick back. Oh, dude, fucking forget it. I don't know where I don't know why. I talk in my sleep. My wife tells me
I believe it.
Yeah, I wake up talking.
Some people have the gift of gab, man. I always looked at, like, I was kind of the quiet guy in school. I remember in school, dude, you had so much, like, just your social side, you're being able to communicate. Like, I always thought it was cool, man.
Oh,
Like,
thank you.
Definitely a gift.
It always didn't work in my favor. I was in a lot of trouble.
Some people saw him as a loudmouth.
Fucking, dude, right. troublemaker, dude. And the thing about it is, like, I just like fucking with people, right? Like here, and this is where I've really gotten out of control especially in my 20s. If I was around a super conservative person, I was the most liberal that ever lived.
Oh, yeah,
if I was around a liberal, I was as conservative.
Just to push buttons
all day,
to
fucking
see where
long,
it'd go.
Because people expose themselves. You know what I mean? They do, and I fucking really enjoyed that.
My partner at work does the same.
Yeah.
When he knows there's a room full of conservatives, he'll play the.
I support gay
I'm
marriage.
transitioning and
Just to get people fucking going, dude. And I don't know. I don't
half
know.
the people don't know him, and they're like, "What?
Who the fuck is this guy?"
And the other people that know him are like. So anyway,
Think of a fuck less.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of our responsibility as humans to push the conversation, any conversation. You know, that's what life is, right? Communication. That's how I look at this in my own way. It's like we're all, us and our listeners and anybody who's listening to this and people in general, we're all having our first human experience together for the first time. We don't know. I don't fucking know. There's no fucking rule book to any of this shit. We're all just learning, right?
Yeah, man, that's a good way
We're
to
just
put
doing life.
Yeah, the
Still
best we
doing
can.
life.
Some are better at it than others, and I'm at the lower end of that scale. Like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, man, but like I'm doing it. You know, I show up every day, try my best to do it, and I feel like if we were more lenient on ourselves and each other, the one thing I fucking hate is when people say, "Oh, that dumb fuck can't run that piece of equipment," or that mother.
You know, and it's
that shit.
so easy to get tied up into that. And
that negative.
I've said this on the show before. I've been working on this personally.
Yeah.
Because seriously, you've got to stop judging other people,
Right.
and really just
Yeah.
live your life.
To the
You
best.
don't know what the hell anybody's been through, what they're going through,
Right.
dude. Just
And I'm going to share a little bit of a testimony on that. I used to work with the guy that I thought was so fucking annoying. Like, fuck. Shut the fuck up. He just had no social grace. Everything he said was an insult. And I just didn't like being around the guy.
I'm right here, man.
And admittedly, I started to draw unfair conclusions about him. And then one day, me and him ended up in my truck. Just me and him. I was giving him a ride to a job site. And I asked him, I just asked him. I don't know where it came from. I said, well, how old are you? When's your birthday or what have you? And he told me, he said, I think I'm 35. So you think you're 35?
Right there, yeah.
like,
That's
dude, are
a
you
good conversation?
Off? He's like, look, here's the thing, Levi. Well, when I was a kid, I'm from Mexico. He said, they found me and my sister wandering the streets of Mexico City.
Oh, man.
Mormon missionaries. And they took us. And they took us back. They went through all the paperwork. This is back in like the 80s. These Mormon missionaries found them. They went through all the due process and paperwork to adopt these kids, bring them back to Washington, of all places. And that's where he was raised for the rest of his life with this Mormon family. He's felt very conflicted. There's been its own issues. I can imagine what kind of turbulent, growth that would bring up upon a person. And it just made everything make sense about his personality. And I felt fucking guilty. Who the fuck am I to judge anybody for anything? I wasn't found in Mexico.
We're all guilty of it.
Yeah.
At one point in time, we're all guilty of it. It's hard not to be, but that's when, you got to have self-discipline.
Have to.
And I challenge everybody, dude, to use as much discipline as you can in your life when it comes to, especially judging other people. Hell, even on yourself.
Oh, especially yourself.
Dude, don't judge. Don't be so hard on yourself. And really, when it comes down to what you eat,
What
what you put in your mouth.
It's a fucking plays a huge role.
It affects your body.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And
But
good wisdom,
the
man.
connection between the gut and the mood is unreal.
it is.
Right. Yeah, you're eating what's making you feel good. Your comfort food in the moment's making you feel good, but later tonight you're going to have trouble sleeping.
For real.
Yeah.
But, and you said this, you kind of had this issue earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ate some mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, I caved. There was mozzarella sticks in the freezer. I popped them in, and I was like, I knew I was going to eat them all, and I knew what doing to my stomach. It's just breaded cheese.
That's all it is. Yeah, just deep fried.
Right. I air fried it, but
it's still
still got the shit in there.
It's so delicious, man.
It is so good. How do they engineer things so perfectly?
It's
to
all in
taste?
chemicals, man, and that
They have
that
to,
react
right?
to your pleasures in your brain.
And the thing is, as you get older, Your body doesn't break things down like it used to. When you were 21,
You just shit it out.
Yeah, dude, you'd fucking eat a handful of mozzarella sticks and chase it down with liquor, and you're still like running around and lay concrete. Like,
Well, and that was the thing. Until I got sober, I didn't know what healthy felt like. You know, I was a drunk that long,
right?
Eating crappy that long. I didn't know what healthy was, and now that my body knows, it just takes a little bit of fast food to send my into into saying, "What? That's not.
This
food.
isn't right.
That's not food.
Your body's trying to break.
That's not what we want.
Right.
It tastes good, but your body does tell you later
that wasn't what we're supposed to be doing. And I felt that before. I've eaten McDonald's because McDonald's is delicious. They've engineered it to be delicious. They've engineered it to taste the same, exactly the same every time you eat it. And you fall for it.
Yeah.
And I've eaten it, and my body's telling me, we're not supposed to be breaking these plastics down.
Yeah.
This isn't
It's
cattle.
all petroleum based.
Yeah, you're eating, like, have you ever seen like how they'll take like a burger and they'll leave it on a shelf for a year?
Oh, yeah.
It looks exactly the same.
Yeah, that ain't right. If it don't mold, it don't go in the hole, you know?
Right.
No, and that's right, because things are supposed to mold, right? They're supposed to. That's how the normal decompose, like when something decomposes, that's the natural process of things. And your body in
if
itself.
it's not breaking down in the open,
how's your body going to break it down?
Right.
And your innards aren't, they're not still.
No.
You know what I mean? These are soft tissue, or like they're internal organs. That's not good for you. And I know we've talked a lot tonight about and I'm jumping completely different subjects here just for a moment, but we've talked about how bad things are, and it feels like things are bad, but truth be told, I've been researching this a lot lately. I was watching somebody interview somebody else, and it was this hiker, right? And this guy, it was like on TikTok, and he just comes across some kid with a phone and a mic, and he just sticks the mic in some guy's face, his older guy, and he says, if you were to tell the world anything right now, what would it be? And I was like, man, this is going to be interesting. Because this guy looked like it's big, long, hippie hair.
Right.
I was like, it's going to be it could be art, right? This could be, who knows what's going to come out of his mouth. And he says, this is not popular belief, but despite how bad things feel, we're still living in the best time imaginable.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And he elaborates. He says, we are as well fed as we've ever been. So I started researching this. Like, what the fuck? He's right. Like, and I hadn't, I was thinking about it. And I was like, when was the worst time to be alive? Do you guys know when this was? There's an actual answer to this.
Yeah. Well, to me, it'd be. There's
some bad times.
Yeah,
in history.
Close to a couple thousand years ago. Yeah.
According to scientists and geologists who've actually also asked this question, and to break things down, it was in the 6th century.
Okay.
Yeah, 536 was the worst year to be alive.
You know what was happening in Europe in that time?
All kinds of shit.
Well, first of all, Rome was collapsing.
Yes, and that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
The Byzantine Empire was.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
And then on top of that, wasn't there a volcano
in Iceland?
Okay, and that's why I always thought they were called the Dark Ages.
Yeah, Dark Ages, man.
But it's because it was gloomy. But I asked AI, why did they call it the Dark Ages? And they're like, well, because of all the writings, the all the famine and war and just everybody's struggles, and it just seemed like a dark place. And they said they don't call it the Dark Ages anymore. It's the early to middle ages,
right?
Yeah,
because our new scholars don't like the term Dark Ages.
Well, yeah, whatever. But it was a dark time. Yeah. And that's got nothing to do with anything. The time. So you nailed it. So in Iceland, there was a volcanic eruption, and it covered the sky from like Europe, Asia, and the Middle East and they only know this because of like journals in like emperors and like war generals.
And they've also gone back because of all the readings they've done. They've gone back and done soil samples.
Right, dig deep enough, and they found that's true that everything that these journals, these old Asian farmers were also journaling. They find this and they're like, holy shit! Like they were telling the truth that this was. It was
like gloomy for a year and a half.
It was 18 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 months. The sun never actually penetrated. So in that it caused what they call the Justinian plague. So, and that lasted 4 years. So, of course, what happens when food starts becoming scarce? People start fighting, and war broke out. And then, like, it just spiraled. And like you were saying, the Roman Empire is already collapsing. Then the volcano erupts, and then people are fucking.
What happens when a big civilization crashes? Tribalism.
Exactly, and that's you start seeing the Roman Empire breaking up and all. But I was shocked because I was like, I never really thought about that. What would be the worst time? And it was 536. That was the worst year, I guess it was, to be a human on this planet. But in doing that and finding that, I also because I was just like, well, what? Like I just hadn't really thought about that really, and I started looking up other plagues because that was the first. So the Justinian plague, that was the first documented plague ever, and it was brought by fleas and rats.
Yeah.
And
it was the fleas on the rats.
Exactly, and that's how the bubon, the dark, whatever, the black plague that they talk about, that was all from that, right? But so that was the first documented one, the Justinian, because that was like an emperor at the time. In the Byzantine Empire, he was Emperor Justin. I don't know if that was his real name, but maybe Justinian. That was his name. So that's what they called it that, right? But then I started reading about, and like it was like 1518. You guys ever hear about the dancing plague?
No.
I actually have, dude.
Dude,
I don't know if it was a spoof that I saw it on or an actual history.
It's documented.
But yeah.
Yeah. So, go ahead if you want.
From when I was watching it, they said, they may have eaten like molded, like
a
toxins
psychedelic
that the whole town may have got a hold of.
Yeah.
Because go on. What is it?
It was Strasbourg. So like it was still the Roman Empire, right? It was still the Holy Roman Empire. So it'd be modern day France now. Strasbourg, I guess, is in France. But in like 1518, and it all goes back. So everybody's rendition of this story and documentation, they all tell the same thing, that it was one lady who just started. They say it was a combination of stress from the time because they were going through another plague, that there wasn't enough food to go around, that much like, these politicians are lying, people are fighting and killing each other. Religion, I'm sure, is just wreaking havoc. And this lady just starts dancing in the streets. She has no idea. And so other people start dancing in the streets, and everybody, it was for 4 fucking months. People danced, and people were dying from exhaustion because they couldn't stop dancing. They don't know what.
Yeah, they said there's like up to a few hundred people dancing. People were dying, and people just keep on dancing anyways. And then finally it just went away.
Wow.
Yeah, on that document it said, people would drop and they would get smashed from the people
dancers
dancing on top of them.
Like getting dropped in a Pantera fucking mosh pit and done.
Exactly.
Getting stomped out.
That's insane. What would make a whole town just lose their shit?
If right now my neighbor began to dance in the street and you went out there and seen it, would you start dancing too, or would you just watch?
Depends.
Yeah, I guess it does depend, huh?
It depends. This chick in the 1500s must have been hot.
Dude, right. Everyone's like, here's my chance.
But here's my little take on it. Maybe they just like accidentally discovered ecstasy or something.
Maybe,
you know what I mean?
Like, they didn't have drug tests back then.
That's where my mind goes.
You know what I mean?
Psychedelic freaking fungus on the bread.
Yeah.
Well, they said that the only reason that was thrown out was because at the time, any like psychedelics, especially,
you would have to get it from across the fucking planet,
and it would make you vomit. And there was no documentation of vomiting, like real mushrooms. Like if you ingest enough of it, the true the mushrooms, you vomit. So they said like there was absolutely no documentation of anybody vomiting or growing like it. So look, I'm not saying that couldn't have been the case 100%, but they don't know. Nobody fucking knows. And I love those stories, like those things like that. They keep me up at night because like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, I think the only conclusion this researcher could come with is some sort of fungal.
They said stress too was a potential advocate.
That's crazy.
But it is crazy, right? It is
for everybody
just to start dancing.
Yeah.
It is crazy, but like the world's a crazy place right now. Crazy things happen constantly,
Yeah.
dude. And we're none the wiser of it. You know, like you think about, that's one documented case of something shitty, crazy happening like that. Like how many other instances in the world has there been some other fucking crazy shit like that happen? We just don't know. Never made the history books, right? We don't know. I mean, we have the power of free will. We've been given that. You know, and anything could happen. Truth be told.
Anything.
Yeah.
Like
Anything
no.
can happen.
Well, I mean, I think at this point it's been proven, right? Like, dude, you think about how unpredictable society is every fucking day, dude. I'm always wondering what's next. Like, what? You know, we're all around the same age, right? So since I was a kid, I've seen the Oklahoma City bombing, I've seen Columbine shooting, I've seen 9/11, I've seen Katrina, I've seen recessions, I've seen droughts, and I'm like, where does this, like, dude? Does it end? Like, it just. I've seen assassination. I've seen Charlie Kirk shot. I've seen, you know, that was same with the you're talking about the healthcare industry. The guy that he got shot by that young kid that was taken to that was like that should have been enough to cause a revolt, but it didn't. But like that's just another thing we've witnessed, right? One thing amongst so many, and that's in our lifetime. We are but a flash in the pan in our existence with our lives right now. So you imagine multiply that by however long we've existed on this planet.
Maybe double. We might double our time here of what we've made now. Some of us.
Yeah. So like I feel like I'm just getting started now, dude. Like
that's what I feel like. I feel like I barely figured it out. Like you just gotta enjoy it. Don't stress it, man. And life's beautiful.
It is,
and it'll take you anywhere you want to go. It really will. Like if you truly, sometimes like you have a plan and then God's gonna do
the universe lets you
know.
the
universe has its own plan for you. It seems like sometimes, and that's the thing. You get pushed in different directions unintentionally.
When I was growing up, there's no way on God's green earth. When I was a kid, it's like I'm gonna grow up and be a health and safety guy. You know what I mean? When I was growing up, I would have never thought either that I'm gonna have a podcast. Whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
But like you don't, dude, to think when I was younger, I really thought that I was going to go join the Marines, right?
I remember that phase.
Yeah, I'm going to make them. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go to the Marines like my brothers. I'm going to do this. And dude, and now that I'm older, I look back on that like, man, that's such an admirable career choice. It is. I love the history of the Marines, but I'm not a Marine. Dude, that'd eat me alive. I am a love-making, beer-chugging, guitar-picking, joke-cracking, skateboarding fucking guy. Like, dude, it would have eaten me a fucking live.
Right.
It's not meant for it. And, like, thank the Lord, because that's how I think the universe is like, all right, man, I get that's what you were trying to do, but look, you got to, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
And
we get nudged. Here and there.
And if you're smart enough, you listen, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody listens. I think that's...
I'd say a lot of people aren't even aware of the conversation.
Right.
You know?
The universe speaks. Dude, how many times have you thought something within the next 10 minutes, see it on a billboard or, on a license plate? That's the universe. I feel like speaking. And it's not saying go chase that license plate and fucking... It's saying that however you're feeling right now, you're thinking the right thing. So like, just keep on going with whatever this. That's how I feel. Like I said, we don't know, right? We weren't given a book, unfortunately.
Manifestation, man.
All day. I'm going to be a millionaire podcaster.
Yeah.
And so are you. I'm going to have a house in Astoria, Oregon, and I'm also going to live in Safford, Arizona. I'm going to read John Steinbeck's library of books and pick a banjo. And
we're going to move to Strawberry.
Well, strawberries.
Property there.
That'll be our summer property.
That's not off the table.
Our summer compound.
We are getting kind of late here. Does anybody have, Chad, is there anything you wanted to close up with us or anything you wanted to?
I think that was awesome, man, what you were saying about your testimony with not judging. Like, I felt that, man. And, it's some good stuff, man. Like, when you're putting out episodes, like, dude, I love listening to this. I love it, man. Well,
thank you.
Throughout the day, we all need some realness and authentic people. Yeah. This world is full of, like, fake bullshit, man. So I appreciate what you're doing, man, and thank you for letting me come and talk for this.
The pleasure's all ours, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, dude. This is fun to kick this stuff around. We should do it again.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. And to go back to what you're saying, like, I think that, yeah, there's a lot of fake people in the world, but I don't think that they're intending to be fake. I think they're just been engineered that way.
Yeah, they don't know any better.
Right.
They're waking up. We all are.
Everybody is to some capacity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, thank you for,
Thanks.
Jason, anything you want to add to this before we go?
Nah, this was great.
Yeah,
Man.
great episode, man. Thank you so much, Chad, for coming on.
Heck yeah.
Hey, so, and for anybody else, you guys are out there, they keep on kicking us off our TikTok live, which is fine. But you guys, please go follow us. I'm gonna say this at the end of every episode we get. Go follow us. It does you no harm to fucking support your homies. Go like, go share.
Yeah, you don't have to listen,
Yeah, just do your thing.
but you better.
But you should do listen. If your life wanted,
I mean, if you've listened this long, you're listening, so keep up the good work.
all right, guys, and also go check out our link tree. We're putting that back up on our social medias, on our Facebook, AYSM. Yeah, go follow us, go find us, follow us, support us, follow us. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.